Well, I teach the curriculum with Fidelity. What you had seen was our spelling practice, and we do that every single morning. That is something that I have come up with on my own that I do. Very explicit spelling routine. Okay, the fourth word is love. Let's go ahead and fill in the bubbles. So this has M, E, same box. Okay, just remember that M and the E are in the same box. So, okay, and erase those. Of course, spelling is something that we know is so important. You know, we know that from the science of reading and all the learning we've done with that. And so, yeah, I have a very explicit way that I teach spelling, and that has been really successful for me this year. I tell my second graders, hey, you guys are close to being third graders, and you need to start getting prepared to go into a third grade class. In third grade, you can't talk whenever you want to, and so we need to have certain times during the day that are kind of silent times, and spelling is silent spelling in here, so that's why you came in and saw that. I'm just kind of checking in to see if everyone's following along. We have a different phonics pattern that we do every week that goes with the curriculum, and so it's making sure that they are really grasping that phonics pattern and that they are remembering to use it properly in their words. I decided this year I'm just going to do all whole group instruction, and it's working. It's really working with my kids. We don't waste time in class. You know, I'm sure some of the kids would think, oh, you know, we don't get to do the directed drawing or the scholastic news or some of those things that are so much fun to do. But I really approach this year with, you know, the desire to try to get these reading scores up as much as I could, and that was kind of the goal. And what more can I fit into my day, and how can I restructure my day to be able to fit everything in that I need to fit in, even down to our routines and procedures. I've really cut down on that transition time with my kids and teaching them very explicit, like before we go to recess, we have these supplies on our desk, so right when we come in, we can pick them up and come to the carpet and get ready. That has made a huge difference because we are just not wasting any time in our day. I'm fitting in as many opportunities of teaching the kids that I possibly can. And the kids are loving it. So we're not working on words, we're just the next step. I thought I was gonna have complaints from kids, and they would say, oh, gosh, we just don't get to do the fun things. But we do get to do the fun things. We do the fun things that are directly tying into what we're learning in our knowledge domains. And so we still do get to do art, and we still do get to create things. We just do it, it's very intentional. The research that I have found, that I have read, all of that research suggests that kids need to be reading 30 minutes a day. They need to, and that is one of the reasons why, you know, scores across the nation are lower. We're finding that we're just not fitting enough time, and it's difficult in a day. We have all this curriculum we need to teach. It's difficult to find that time. But this year I made sure to create that time in my schedule, very intentional time, because the research shows that kids make accelerated reading gains when they are at least reading 30 minutes a day. Now, it can't be 30 minutes of them reading to self, because you're not always sure that they actually are reading when they're doing read to self. So I have my kids in groups, choral reading aloud, 30 minutes a day. And I am noticing some huge gains with that. I was not expecting to see the growth that I got this year. I suspected that there would be some growth, but I was not expecting the extent of the growth that I got, which was extremely gratifying to me. It means that these changes that I decided to implement this year are actually working, and that's really exciting to see. Well, actually, I have an example. A few years ago, I had a student who started out with me at the beginning of the year reading 2 words per minute. And I talked with his family and, really stressed the importance of reading at home and having him read to his parents and his parents read to him. Well, they took me seriously and they went for it. And by the end of the year, this student who started out reading 2 words per minute at the beginning of the year was reading 73 words per minute at the end of the year. And I mean, it was so exciting for him to see the gains, and it was so exciting for me to see his confidence level going up. I really do attribute that much growth to the fact that he was being supported at home. And we can support our children by making sure that they have things to read at home. And you can always talk to your child's teacher and find out, what books the student might be interested in or maybe shows interest in class, and also what books are at that student's level. But I cannot stress enough how important it is to make sure your children are reading at home, and have them read signs when you're out on the streets and driving around. Have them reading the signs. Another thing that I'm doing in my class is I don't read anything to my kids. They read to me. So if I have a slide up and I'm teaching a skills lesson, they are reading that slide to me. I'm not reading it to them. And so just constant, like for me in my classroom, all day is reading, and they're on to read all day, and I think that that's making a huge difference.